Have you ever wondered about the origins of the fairy tales we often regard as whimsical stories filled with magic and happily ever afters? These tales, which have charmed children for generations, often harbor dark and unsettling narratives. Far removed from the sanitized versions we know today, let us journey into the shadowed corners of fairy tales, where the stories are more sinister than you might imagine. Consider the tale of Cinderella. The version most are familiar with involves a benevolent fairy godmother, a magical pumpkin carriage, and an elegant ball. However, the Grimm brothers' rendition paints a much bleaker picture. In their version, the stepsisters go to extreme lengths in their quest for the prince's favor, mutilating their feet to fit into the coveted glass slipper. As justice is served, pigeons peck out their eyes as punishment for their treachery. This darker outcome shifts the focus from magic and wonder to grim morality. Similarly, the beloved tale of Sleeping Beauty harbors a disquieting past. Originally penned by Charles Perrault and later adapted by the Brothers Grimm, the original versions depict not just a peaceful slumber, but a maiden subjected to a fate resulting from a curse. Perrault's account, The Sleeping Beauty in the Wood, involves an uninvited fairy's curse and a king's unyielding persistence. In older versions, the prince, instead of awakening Beauty with a kiss, takes liberties while she sleeps, resulting in a far more disturbing narrative that we might find disagreeable today. The story of Little Red Riding Hood is another example of a tale darkened by its origins. The familiar path to grandmother's house is fraught with danger from a cunning wolf. Yet early versions of this tale had no brave woodsman to save the day. Instead, Little Red Riding Hood's journey ended in tragedy, serving as a cautionary tale about the perils that lurk in the woods. This narrative was not so much about escape, but rather a grim warning against naivety and trust in strangers. Let us not overlook the story of Hansel and Gretel, where survival against the backdrop of poverty is at play. This chilling tale introduces us to themes of abandonment and cannibalism. Driven by desperation and hunger, children are left to fend for themselves in a treacherous forest, encountering a witch's house made of sweets, not as a source of magic, but as a trap laid with sinister intent. This horrifying story reflects the stark reality of famine, highlighting the lengths to which people may be driven by necessity. These tales, austere and unembellished, were originally meant for adult audiences and often served as stern moral lessons. Over time, as fairy tales became more child-friendly, these dark elements were softened or entirely removed, giving rise to the enchanting stories we cherish. In every fairy tale, shadows linger beneath the surface, reminding us of the complexity of human nature and the cultural beliefs from which these stories emerged. As we turn the pages of these aged narratives, we uncover not just tales of yore, but reflections of our own past, illuminating the darker aspects of human history. So the next time you delve into a fairy tale, remember that hidden within the enchantment lies a tapestry of real-life horrors and moral quandaries waiting to be explored.